Hi everyone, it's Thursday and that means we're going to do some English homework, and today I'm going to help you learn how to tackle verbal reasoning problems. I'm going to give you an example on the next slide of what I mean when I say verbal reasoning problem. Here we go. This is a typical sort of question where there's a lot of information given in words, and then you have to think about what the words mean and then use the words to create a solution, often comparing them to each other, and then sometimes even linking the words to different meanings in order to answer a question. That probably sounds like words, and with not a lot of meaning behind it. But if we get into solving this question, I'll talk you through it one step at a time. Let's read the question first. Jordan's cat is bigger than Amy's cat, but is smaller than Jenna's cat. Fiona's cat is the same size as Wendy's cat, which is bigger than Amy's cat, but smaller than Jordan's. Okay, whoa, lots of cats, lots of names, lots of comparisons to be made here. We can look at this methodically in just a moment, but before we get to that, I want to have a look at the question. The question is the part that's in bold on the slide. If bigger cats are faster, but smaller cats are more obedient, which of the following lists the fastest and most obedient cat? Now, when I first looked at this question, I saw the word cat there as a single cat, and thought, well, none of them actually give us the combination of the fastest and most obedient cat as a single cat. The fastest cat will be bigger, and the most obedient cat is going to be smaller. So we'll be looking for the most medium-sized cat, perhaps, as the best combination of both features. But that's not what the question is asking. Well, at least I don't think that's what the question is asking, because if you look at the options that are in the answers there, it's got pairs of names. The other thing is that the question says, which of the following lists the fastest and most obedient cat, not which of the following lists the combination of owners of the fastest cat and the most obedient cat, which is probably the way it should have been worded. And I can understand why the student who brought this to me was feeling a little bit confused by it, because the question is probably not phrased as well as it could have been. But let's take the question with the intent that I think its writer had, which is to say, when we listen to the information about the cats, can we work out the combination of owners' names for both the fastest cat and the most obedient cat? If we look at the question again, we can work out how to find out which cat is the fastest, because the question says if bigger cats are faster. Therefore, the bigger the cat, the faster the cat. So the size relates to the speed of the cat. This is obviously not real. It's just something that's been created for a problem, of course. And then the second part of that question says, but smaller cats are more obedient. So if we're looking for obedience, we want to look for the smallest cat. So to put the question into other words, we want to know which cat is the biggest and which cat is the smallest. That will give us the fastest and the most obedient cats, and then we look at which cat is owned by which owner, and that will give us the information that we need to solve the problem. Okay, so the first thing I would do here is an arrow, draw myself an arrow to remind myself how I'm going to be ordering the sizes of the cats. I'm going to go from the smallest cat at the bottom to the biggest cat at the top. Now, if I read through the information that I've underlined there, Jordan's cat is bigger than Amy's cat. So I put Jordan's name above Amy's name. But his cat is smaller than Jenna's cat. So Jenna's cat must be then bigger than Jordan's cat and also bigger than Amy's cat, because we know Jordan's was bigger than Amy's. So the first three names, I've already made myself a list, an ordered list from the biggest at the top to the smallest at the bottom. If I look at the next bit of information, it says Fiona's cat is the same size as Wendy's cat, which means wherever I put Fiona's cat into this list, I'm also going to be putting in Wendy's cat. And that cat of Wendy's is bigger than Amy's cat, so that's why I put my arrow here, but smaller than Jordan's. Perfect. Sometimes they're not as clear cut as that. You may be given information which isn't quite as precise. In this example, we can see that that's exactly where that one's going to go. Sometimes the question won't give you enough information to know whether they fit right between Amy and Jordan, or whether we just know that they're all smaller than Jenna or something like that. It's quite broad. You can then have different columns to try and keep them in order, or use a different way, a different visual. Perhaps instead of putting an arrow here, I might have just put like a line across here and said less than Jenna, and had all the ones that I knew were less than Jenna in there. I do have a more complicated version of this question, not this exact question, but a more complicated version of this type of problem that we could look at in a future week, if that's something that will be of interest to you. So please drop me a comment if you'd like to see a more complicated version of this problem, a more complex one, and I can certainly bring that up and we can go through it as well. Today, I guess I just wanted to make something that was fairly accessible to a lot of people. Okay, so we've got that the Fiona's cat and Wendy's cat are the same size, and they happen to fit in here between Amy and Jordan. All right. Now, remember we said bigger cats are faster. In other words, the biggest cat is probably the fastest cat. We look at that, and Jenna's name is at the top. Bigger equals faster. Smaller cats are more obedient. Amy's name is at the bottom, which means her cat is the smallest and therefore likely to be the most obedient, which means that the answer for this question is probably D, Jenna and Amy. Do you understand how we reached that? If not, go back and watch again, or feel free to send me an email or a comment to ask a question. Now, I'm just getting a bit of momentum on this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. Can you please do some things for me to let me know that you're watching? Let me know if it's helpful, and if it's not, or if it could be more helpful, please let me know how I can help you. My goal is to be as helpful as possible, to help educate as many people as possible, to empower as many parents as possible, and to help as many learners feel confident as I possibly can. To do that, if you want to know what's happening on the channel, can you please engage by liking videos, subscribing to the channel, commenting on the videos to let me know what has been helpful, and if you have any questions, email me questions if you'd like me to answer them in future videos, and I will do all of those things. I'm very committed to helping you. Thank you so much for your time watching this video today. I look forward to seeing you on Monday for Mathematics Monday, or maybe even before that for Trivia on Sunday. Or you may see another video come up between now and then if there's a topic that someone needs some help with. Thanks, guys. Bye.